Alright, I don't know if it matters or not, but I want to make note of where this little plastic piece is pointing to. It's like right here. Alright, noted. Here. Here. Okay, so driver's side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. No, just kidding. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here's 15 and a half. Alright, 15 and a half on the driver's side. I'm going to write that down too. Driver's side. 15 turns. Okay, passenger side. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, a little over 12. Okay? A little over 12. Same stuff. I'm going to edit some of this out. It's probably Alright, I'm going to write which one is which on these. Contrast 2. I'm looking for crap. Did I do? Actually working on stuff. Alright, passenger side. Driver's side. Driver's side. Ooh, alright, let's get the boot off now. Half of the boot off. And the other half of the boot off. Something's already floating around in there. Sometimes we don't expect to be floating around in there. Maybe it is. I don't know. That's pretty weird. Let's see what's on this other side here. More exciting stuff. Plug off. Good. Wires off. Boot off. First time. That never happens. Alright. So exciting. I'll speed this on. You never do what the solenoid does. What does the steering right? No, okay, it just controls the fluid. Something to that extent. Alright. Bigger makes it easier. This is probably fixing my big ass mess. Because everything makes a big ass mess, right? That's making a big ass mess. Why wouldn't it make a big ass mess? I do make a big ass mess. Stuff together here. Alright. Drain that all out later. That's okay. Love me some power steering fluid. So fun, so fun. Alright, 2 down. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. I cleaned it up really good and I was in here kind of trying to get the fluid out, and this is a pain in the ass. If you pull it this way, it shoots out of this one, although I got this one pretty empty. And then if you push it back the other way, the fluid comes shooting out of this one. And I mean shooting out, dude. I about got it all out now, so it's not as exciting, but you can see the mess it made. Dude, it shot everywhere. That shit shot everywhere, so be really careful doing that. I want to show you one other thing. Pretty sure 2 of the things we're going to be replacing are these O-rings in this solenoid, so watch those 2 O-rings right there. Don't lose those, or at least know that you're going to have to put a couple of those back. For removing lower joint from gear, set gear in neutral and make a mark on the pinion shaft to record neutral position of the gear. says to install, set left and right dust boots to equal deflection and attach lower joint by aligning marks of pinion shaft and pinion housing. So I didn't do that. My boots were all torn up and everything, and it was a mess on the car. So all I did was I'm measuring from, this may be wrong, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I'm measuring from where this, what's it called? It's called a steering gear spacer, and it is actually supposed to be there. I can't believe it's supposed to be floating around like that. The steering gear spacer, I'm measuring from where the steering gear spacer fully seats on this side, which I already manipulated it. It's at like 56.5 millimeters on this side, and I did the same thing on this side. I measured from where it's totally seated to the end of the seal, and it's 56.5 millimeters on this side. So hopefully that's the neutral position, and now I'm gonna figure out where on here to mark it. Okay, we'll see if this works. So I'm gonna put a mark right here in the middle section here, hopefully. Make a bigger one. Okay, so there's my mark, and I guess I'm gonna make it, I'm just gonna put it down here where nothing's really seating. Okay, so I got a mark on the pinion housing and a corresponding mark up here on the pinion shaft itself. To line back up, theoretically that's neutral, the neutral position. It's fairly straight at least. It's a little off, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? Okay, so you're supposed to stick some special tool on here and take the torque of how hard this thing is to turn. I don't have that tool, so I'm just gonna I'm just putting a wrench on there and kind of getting a feel for it. And it moves pretty easy, so I should be able to compare that when I'm done. That's really easy to move. I'm not even hardly putting any force on it whatsoever. So if I put it back in and it's way harder or something, I'll know something's wrong, or way easier, looser, whatever. But that's my solution to the problem. So there's my torque value. It's fairly easy to move. That's the torque. Okay, this was a complete pain in the ass. This little thing is staked over, this little guy right here is staked over this. What is that called? This is the inner socket, tie rod inner socket, and this is the lock plate. So I had to take a screwdriver and hammer the lock plate out and pry that up. And this side wasn't moving, so I went over here to this side and I tried checking it out. What I ended up having to do to be able to get 2 wrenches on it, so I could actually get some torque on it, was I beat that lock plate all the way back against this seal here to where I got myself enough room to get my wrench on it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back and edit this in, but there's something I figured out that I didn't know. When I was removing these inner tie rod lock rings, I folded these tabs back thinking that's how you unlocked the tie rod to spin it, or the inner tie rod to spin it. But that's not the case. You basically put these over and you spin it back on, and then you stake down this part here into these grooves right here. So I completely screwed that up, and I will come back and add this so you don't do the same, because if you might still have to buy these. I guess you could just theoretically spin them around and then stake it at 2 different spots, but anyway, so you don't have to bend these tabs back. That's not how it works, so I'll change that. Once I did that, then this thing broke free, and it's a pain in the ass to get broke free, but I got it. And now this one's turning, so I'm going to turn that one off, take that one off. same to the other side. And then I guess these two things come off. Hopefully it's weird. I guess I broke it in there or something. I don't know what I did. It's all hanging up on me now. There we go. Alright, lock plates off. I hope they sent me one of those in a kit because I pretty much messed that one up. And the seal is off. Bam. Alright, let's try this other side again now. Alright, so I got an 8mm 6-sided socket and it fits. So let's see if I can do this without stripping these things off of here. Probably not. Because that's not how things roll. Oh, there's one. Two, three. Alright, that worked. So 8mm socket worked. See what falls out of here on me. Alright, this is all pretty boring. I'm just going to clean this thing up, take the spec out. Be mad that I screwed it up. Oh, it flattened back out pretty nicely. Maybe I'm not too screwed up. Probably am, but let's see. Get that back in there. Do it that way. Try not to lose the shim. Hooray. Alright. And then we got an O-ring right here. So be careful with that. Take that off as well. I'm guessing that's a seal. Okay, I think this is called the spring tensioner. Take it off, hopefully. If not, everything else is tight as can be. Alright, I gotta get my G-pipe. Okay, that bit didn't work either, so I'm gonna go to the drill bit. Let's try the drill bit. Yeah, I probably should have done that in the first place. Yeah, okay, drill bit's the way to go, I think. Let's try that. Now I gotta find a wrench to get it off with. Because I need a bigger crescent wrench. Alright, let's see. Let's watch this not work. Maybe. Be nice if it did, but I'm not counting on it. I'm sure this thing's just gonna spin. Oh, look at that! Wow! That never happens. Alright, I got it off. Back to the other bench. And there we go. Okay, sorry, but you just missed the comedy gold. I put this thing in here and started pressing down on it, and of course, fluid shot out like a jet all over my garage. So now I get to clean up fluid, and I don't know how to stop this crap from coming out of here. I guess I'll tie this rag around it, and that'll at least keep it from shooting out. Holy crap, it shot out, man. Just when I thought all the fluid was out. I mean, it went all over my garage. Okay, but I do think that's the way to go. I took a piece of all thread I had and bam, there we go. It's out. It's out, and I have a mess to clean up now. So I'm gonna do a little cleaning up. Holy crap, this is a messy ass job, man. It's a no-win fucking job, dude. Oh my god. That shit just goes every fucking where. Alright, but it's out. Look at that. Look at that. Seal and all. Wow. Nasty. Alright, let me get my board back up here. At least going back together will be a lot easier than coming apart. Holy crap. Alright. Man, you better be ready to make a mess when you try to tackle this crap. That's all I know. Okay. The manual says use a 26mm socket, and another dude said use a 21, but I could only get a 20 to fit down in there. So I'm going to try to hammer this thing out with an extension and a socket. Put it down in there. You can feel it hit. Don't know how this is going to work. Oh, there it went. Not too bad. That didn't take too much. Ta-da! That wasn't too bad. Alright, I think we're about done. Okay, so I just used my seal puller and I pulled this seal right here out, and I think that's one that comes in the kit. There's a couple of seals I don't know if I'm going to replace. There's one right here in the top of the pinion housing. The last guy I watched to do this said he didn't replace that one. I don't know. There's a roller bearing underneath it. I'm getting rained on here, hailed on and rained on, so sorry, it's getting kind of loud. I don't know, I'm gonna go kind of look into this one. I don't think they sent it in the kit, but if they did, I'll change it. So I'm gonna go get the kit out and try to start matching some of the seals that I took out with what they've included. Supposedly there's some Teflon seals somewhere in here too, and I don't see them unless that's them there. Anyway, I'm gonna go get the kit and I'm gonna start trying to see what's in the kit and what I have to replace. See what happens. Oh, God, that's hot. Wow, that worked. Can't believe that. Holy crap. Holy crap. It worked. There's the O-ring. Look at that. Alright, man. And with that, I am done.